lessons are moving along nicely, and I hope you're gaining a lot of valuable information by listening to them. This next lesson is dedicated to helping you understand how you can improve your vocabulary by reading and doing a little recording. I don't know if you remember, but back in my second lesson, I talked about the many benefits of improving your vocabulary. I mentioned benefits such as scoring higher on standardized tests, boosting your career, and improving your writing and spelling skills. Something else I mentioned was how improving your vocabulary can actually empower you with advanced reading and comprehension skills. I had said as your vocabulary grows, you'll spend less time rereading because you'll understand what the author's trying to say on your first read. Imagine the time you'll save. I had also said what's even better is that your reading and comprehension skills will improve regardless of whether you're reading technical manuals, financial reports, user instructions, or books by your favorite author. And that means you'll finally be able to understand the words and concepts in everything you read. By taking steps to improve your vocabulary, you'll no longer have to worry about missing the author's point because you don't understand the author's language. So my advice is this: whenever you have spare time, put it to good use by reading. Put down the remote control and pick up a book. Doing so will make you smarter and can increase your chances of improving your vocabulary by up to 90%. A great way to improve your vocabulary is to read on a wide range of topics. Don't make the mistake many people make and limit your reading to only science fiction or only magazines or whatever other type of reading material you prefer. If you want to use reading as a way to improve your vocabulary, you've got to sink your eyes into anything and everything you can. I know. Reading things that you aren't used to reading or reading things you don't think you'll enjoy doesn't sound like much fun. And since most of us like to read for fun, you might be wondering, why bother? Like I told you before, reading helps improve your vocabulary. And when you improve your vocabulary, your reading and comprehension skills improve as well. Sounds like a win-win situation to me. And it is. But there is something else I need to mention before you go and grab the nearest book. It's important, otherwise I wouldn't mention it. The point I want to make is that reading in the standard fashion probably won't be enough to improve your vocabulary dramatically, especially if you're an adult. I say this because most people skip over unfamiliar words and either rely on the other parts of the sentence to deduce the meaning of words they don't understand, or worse, they settle for an incomplete understanding of the material. If you're guilty of either one, go ahead and nod your head. Don't worry, I can't see you. Chances are everyone listening is nodding their heads. Trust me, that's okay. My job is to teach and enlighten, which is why I'm going to discuss several strategies that you can try that will help you get the most out of the time that you spend reading. The first strategy is to try to figure out the meaning of the word that has you stumped from the context in which that word is used. Let me explain what I mean. When you are reading and come across an unfamiliar word, don't just keep reading. Instead, stop and try to figure out the word's meaning from the context. In other words, don't try to figure out the point of the sentence. Try to figure out the meaning of the actual word in question. The second strategy is to look up the word that you don't understand and record that word in a list. Trying to figure out a word's meaning from its context is great because it gets you thinking about the word, and you may even arrive at a reasonable definition. However, you shouldn't rely on this strategy alone. If you can, you should look up the meaning of the word immediately. If this isn't convenient, you can write the word down and look it up when you have time. However, when you use a tool like Ultimate Vocabulary, you can look up a troublesome word right away and then record that word, along with any others that you want to learn, in a custom word list that you create. I already told you how to create a custom word list using Ultimate Vocabulary software, and the steps are pretty easy, so I won't bother telling you again. If you want, you can name this custom list My Reading Words or something similar. Once recorded in your custom list, you can access all of Ultimate Vocabulary's vocabulary building resources and testing tools to help you master those words. When you're confident you know a word, you can either set it to mastered or delete it from the list. The third strategy is one I already mentioned, and that is read widely. Too many people are guilty of reading only a narrow range of topics related to their occupation or interests. Such people often have an excellent vocabulary for words used in certain disciplines, but fall flat on their face when presented with anything new. If you are an engineer, try reading a business journal. If you're a salesperson, why not indulge in some cooking books? Breaking out of your reading comfort zone can be difficult. So, put a positive spin on it. Think of reading something out of the ordinary as trying something new, rather than breaking free of your comfort zone. Doing so might make reading a romance novel or business journal easier and more enjoyable. The first time you try reading something you're not used to reading, you might get bored, and that's understandable. But as you gain better reading and comprehension skills, and more knowledge, you might find you like these other types of reading material. Another strategy you can try is learning to speed read. Reading faster is a great way to increase your vocabulary and your comprehension. Think about it. The faster you read, the more words you will be exposed to, and the faster your vocabulary will increase. Speed reading software can teach you to double or even triple your reading speed easily and with minimal effort. That's it for this lesson. I'm really looking forward to the next one. That's when I teach you how to play with words.